So we are still actually covering a couple of months behind on the best ofs, but we're getting close.
Yeah, we're almost done with
We're almost done with
caught
them.
up.
We have right now, we're going to go through our list of the best of November 2017. This is solely for video purposes, so for anybody who's been confused about why we're talking about some of this stuff twice, it's because we're shooting some stuff.
So
Hey.
Don't get mad at us. Hi.
We're going to start off with our number 3 choice for the month, which is Elven King with Secrets of the Magic Grimoire. Grimoire. Grimace. I don't know. I'm not going to try and...
Grim Fandango?
Grim Fandango. Trip the Lights Fandango. Elven King with Trip the Lights Fandango. This was honestly the most I've listened to Elven King in one sitting, because like the only other time I've really listened to them is when I listened to their version of Heaven is a Place on Earth. I know that they have albums out. I just never really listened to them.
Yeah, I've never really listened to them as well.
But this was very good. It was very catchy, a lot more melodic than I thought it was going to be. Some of the songs on here are just fantastic. I absolutely loved the first song on it, which was Invoking the Woodland Spirit. Some of the songs on here, like, I thought I was going to hate just from the title alone, and I really liked, like, 3 Ways to Magic. I thought I was
That was the thing that they tricked you on. You really thought you were not going to like it, but that was just like, oh, this is actually pretty
3 Ways to
decent.
Magic.
Yeah.
A Grain of Truth. A Cloak of Dust. All those songs are genuinely pretty good. They also have, on the bonus edition, they have a couple of re-recordings of some of their older songs, which I got to check out.
Nice.
Jigsaw Puzzle and Skywards. And both of them were very good. I was very pleased with what I got here.
Good to hear.
Number 2 is The Dark Element with their self-titled album.
The Dark Element.
The Dark Element. This is exactly what I needed to hear from Annette Olson.
Yes, this pretty much just brought her back into the limelight. She sounded great on the album. She just fits so much better. I mean, I love Nightwish to death, but she should not have been in Nightwish.
I think she did all right with what she was given, but I feel like if she had more control over what she could contribute, it would have sounded a lot better.
Yes.
Not to, again, like, Imaginarium is a good album, but you heard her play some of the older Nightwish stuff, and it's just not her style.
Yeah.
This is her style.
Yes, this fits her perfectly. Very catchy songs, too.
Incredibly catchy, like ungodly catchy stuff.
Yes.
She's teaming up with, of course, Yanni from Sonata Arctica. He's been in a couple of other bands, but I don't know exactly what they are.
You know what? We all love Yanni, so.
Yeah. The whole album was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed pretty much every track. Like, as the videos were coming out, I was like, I like this. And then the next one came out, and I'm like, I like this more. I like this the best.
It's like, this is awesome.
Yeah. And then they came out with Dead to Me, and I put that on my best of 2017 list because I had to.
Yeah, you really did.
So yeah, Dark Element, I can't wait to hear more from them. If they ever tour, it will probably be a miracle if they come to North America. But if they do, I want to see this.
As I'm hoping they do come to North America, because she kind of does have a bit of a following thanks to Nightwish.
Yeah, here's hoping.
Here's hoping.
Here's hoping.
Here's hoping.
And number 1,
Beast in Black, Berserker! Every single song on this album I've replayed several times over just to enjoy it. Just to literally sit down, do nothing, and just listen to it.
there were a couple albums this year where like this is the perfect way to listen to it. Like just let it encompass you, let it happen. And this was perfect for Beast in Black. I felt that way about Dark Element too.
Yeah.
But I feel like Beast in Black did a better job of making each song different.
They every single song does sound insanely different.
Yeah.
They have some guest vocalists which really do work really well, and I just think it's definitely Born Again is definitely my one of my favorite songs of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, Beast in Black, just a fantastic album with Berserker. So please check that out. So those are our 3 from November of this year. Elven King, Dark Element, and Beast in Black. And since we're done talking about Beast in Black, I can assume that nobody else has anything to say about that band.
Hunt, hunt. Lasers go!
I don't have too much more to contribute to the Beast in Black discussion here, since I would like to believe that our audience knows all too well about my love of anthemic power metal. What I want to acknowledge here is the pedigree of the members themselves, as most of them, if not all of them, seem to have a wealth of experience in other bands, with the band leader Anton Kavanen having previously been in Battle Beast. While I am new to the exploits of Battle Beast, and as such only thus far familiar with material after Kavanen left the band, the established sound of the former outfit finds its way here. I've noted a rise in the more, dare I say, pop-oriented side of metal, where the obscenely catchy choruses don't sound that much different than anything on Top 40 radio, but still possess a hard enough edge so as not to alienate the metal crowd. While Beast in Black tends more towards the harder side than, say, Battle Beast and similar contemporaries, I wouldn't be surprised if that crossover appeal, coupled with the perpetual rise of the record label Nuclear Blast, pushed the limits of metal's fanbase. Just food for thought. Berserker's an awesome album, pick it up.
Rise from your grave.
While one might chalk this up to being biased,
I'm in that one!
I say fuck off, because such a belief would discredit the legitimate excellence of this release. Hailing from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Rise from Your Grave bear heavy influence from punk music, with obvious similarities to the torchbearers of horror punk, the Misfits. Songs like 13, Legions of the Night, and The Hunt exemplify this facet of their sound, as they are immensely catchy, feverish, and generally relentless, however brief they may be. However, these songs are bookended by ones that tend more in the direction of heavy metal, specifically thrash metal. This isn't to say that they're ripping the shit out of a palm-muted E string, but the influence is there, starting and ending the album in strong fashion and giving it some additional variety. To add on to my statement about variety, I turn to my favorite track on the album, titled I Am. The main version of the song is the second track of a 1-2 punch that kicks off the album perfectly. Generally speaking, singer Tom G's vocals bear some resemblance to Glenn Danzig, but Tom employs more grit to his delivery, giving the main tracks more of that metal influence. However, one of the bonus tracks on this album is an acoustic rendition of this track, and it proves to be equally as good for different reasons. The forceful, near-bellow style that commands the rest of the album remains on display for much of the acoustic version, and when coupled with the hauntingly beautiful reinterpretation of the music, the emotion behind the lyrics becomes far more intense.
You will pay for what you've done. For what you've done.
Segueing into one final note, the topicality of the lyrics is of great interest to me, as its sources vary from the works of H.P. Lovecraft, to video games like Bloodborne, Silent Hill, and Castlevania, to films like Friday the 13th and Hellraiser. While horror is not really my scene in a general pop culture sense, I appreciate when I know and understand references and can see how other people have interpreted them in their music. In closing, Rise From Your Grave's debut album is abrasive, anthemic, and most importantly, fun as all hell. Buy the fucking album.
Is this on? When you put your mind to it, you can be anything you want. Next year, when you wish on a star, you can.
Now, unfortunately for the guys in Rise From Your Grave, your album came out not only on the same month, but on the same day as an album I have been hotly anticipating. Now, in the past few years, the rock and metal scene has been privy to some excellent reunions. We're talking about Faith No More, Sixth, Soundgarden, At the Gates, just to name a few, but there is one for which I held out for a long time. Not unlike the product of the aforementioned Faith No More reunion, Long Way Back to the Moon starts off a little unusually in my opinion. I usually expect a band to come out guns a-blazing, but that's evidence of my short-sightedness. Album opener In the Clouds is like a toe in the water. It's a reminder of the elements the band had at its disposal during its initial run, focusing more on vocal harmonies as it weaves a slow and steady groove for nearly 7 minutes. From the following track onward, it's a matter of now you know the players, let's get back to the game.
The rose amongst the thorns. I'm the angel with the horns. I'm the deeper, darker side of you. Sway.
Eternal Masquerade kicks the album into gear and provides concrete evidence that the band has not lost a step in their 17-year absence. Upon initial listens, I felt the material was not as heavy as that found on Machine Fish, which is my personal favorite album of theirs. The album is certainly not without its crunch, but it seemingly doesn't come across as crisp. However, what is ultimately more important production-wise for a band like Galactic Cowboys is providing adequate space for every instrument, including bass and vocals, to flourish, and in that regard, they succeed as usual.
See you and your
I don't know how much more I can say about the release beyond the fact that it more than lives up to expectations and cements the fact that the Galactic Cowboys exist outside of any zeitgeist. There are only so many artists bearing the banner of progressive metal that approximate this band's particular accomplishments in the genre, and to have them return after nearly 2 decades and still sound fresh and original, that's a delightful feat.
I just don't fit in the agenda. If you're like me,
My one gripe, though, I really want to know where the fuck Don't Hate Me Because I'm Beautiful is. I kid, obviously, but I do encourage everyone to check out Long Way Back to the Moon, and if you got some time to kill, take a listen to Monty Colvin's podcast, Monty's Rockcast. Always a good time. Now, if you agree or disagree with our selections for the month of November, let us know in the comments below, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe to us here on YouTube, as well as on Facebook at facebook.com/theshredshack. Until next time, I'm Dan Mack, they were Pat and Reese. Keep it heavy, folks.